To his soaring words, rhetorical flourishes though they may be, isn't there a possibility that some of the commentators tonight are way too gloomy, that maybe we have turned a corner in an unsupportable, untenable system, maybe by doing something revolutionary like Social Security, like Medicaid, that we have, that this president has, that this Congress has finally taken a step to fix something that they were complaining so bitterly about?
Sure. I mean, it's been decades in the making, Geraldo. I think there are just a lot of critics who say that the big substance of this package doesn't start till 2014. And yet, while some things start, the ability to extend health insurance to people under parents' plans until they're 26 years old, the pre-existing conditions and a few others, much of the package doesn't start till 2014, and the concerns by Republicans are about the money and how it's going to be paid for. I don't think that there is a doubt here in Washington that what happened tonight was major and changing. I think there is a question about how it's going to be paid for and what it means to future generations.
I got a million questions about how it's going to be paid for, but I think that we should allow ourselves a tiny little bit of saying, you know, he's all our president. He did something very special. Love him or hate him, hate this legislation, or maybe hopeful about this legislation. But maybe at some point you just say, we're in this together. Anyway, you did a great job, colleague. Thanks to your team down in D.C. And let me continue what we've been doing here from the New York side. So here's what the bill does specifically. Bret mentioned some of them, but so there's no more rejection for pre-existing conditions. I mean, how many, raise your hands if you don't like that idea, that insurance companies can't reject you for pre-existing conditions. Sometimes they do it when they find out you're sick. You have insurance for 15 years. They find out you got cancer. Oh, you must have had it 15 years ago. Sorry, you paid those premiums 15 years. They don't give you the premiums back. You're out. So no more rejection for pre-existing conditions. New regulations on the insurance company's ability to jack your premiums, like that California company that raised premiums 30% on small businessmen. Republicans are all talking about we have to protect the small businessman. Here's a part of this a provision in this new legislation, new regulations on the ability of insurance companies to set premiums. Greater access to preventive care. You know, it's cheaper if you don't get sick, then you go forward. Okay. So kids can stay on parents' insurance until the age of 26, which is a big deal in my family. And that whole generation, those 20-somethings who are now so slow to move out of their parents' house. And this is the part that's tricky. Everyone has to have insurance. Even the kids who feel they're bulletproof, that are never going to get sick, everyone. After a certain age, if you're working, you got to have insurance, mandatory. If you don't have it, you're going to be fined $325 a year beginning in 2015, $695 a year beginning in 2016. Or if you're a big high roller, it's going to be 2.5% of your income fine if you don't obtain mandatory insurance. Fox News is going to continue our fair and balanced coverage of this seminal event, this profound redrafting of the social contract between the federal government and the American people. At the top of the hour, I want you to stick with us. We're going to continue this. We're going to probe it 6 ways to Sunday.